of whatever you have done in your past, that will be definitely, that will have its consequences. But because of that Harinam, because of that eternal power in your life, you will be able to overcome all of that and be able to reach the lotus feet of Radharaman Lal. So never be guilty, never be underconfident that earlier we have done so much wrong that Radharaman will never accept us. If today you have understood it, if today you are able to make the change, if today you promise yourself that whatever has been done in the past that was not in my control, today I can't change it. Whatever was there is the bitter reality, but what I have today is my present. Is this eternal truth? Is this love for Radharaman Lal? Is this excitement to be a part of him? So when you have all of this today, this is your Brahmastra. You know, Brahmastra is that weapon that is the most powerful of all the weapons. So in Kali Yuga, Harinam Prachar is that Brahmastra. If you have it today, that Brahmastra will be able to kill all the sins that you have done in your past. So don't be afraid of the past. Be excited and very confident about the present. What today? What am I going to do today? Am I still repeating what I did in my past even after getting in love with Sri Radharaman? No. Because then, even if after you are in a relationship with Sri Radharaman and then also you are repeating those same mistakes, then they are not mistakes anymore. Then they are a very big aparad. Then those mistakes will never be forgiven by anybody. But if today you are able to understand that, yes, whatever happened, bygones are bygones. Children, please understand this. Bygones are seriously bygones. Don't worry. You made blunders. Everybody makes blunders. I made the biggest blunders in my life. But when I found my Radharaman, I promised that now nothing like that. I will improve. I will try to practice. And with that constant practice, my world changed. My life changed. I changed. Right? So don't get stuck in your past. I did bad to that. Somebody did bad to me. Somebody used me. Somebody, emotionally tortured me. This. Just let it be. Let Radharaman. Now you are Radharamani. All your pains, all your sorrows, all everything that you have inside you belongs to him. So it is very, very important that let go of your past. Don't let your past ruin your present. I said don't care about the future also. Let the future be unfolded. Let it get unfolded by Radharaman himself. But what you can do today is what matters. If you're crying today because you did something yesterday, you are the biggest fool on the planet. You have a diamond in your hand, and you are still crying that, oh, I wish I could have that gold coin as well. Why would you do that? Cherish the diamond, no? Why don't you value what you have today? Why are you ruining your present because of your past? So the biggest gift Radharaman has given each one of us is our present. So let's go on to the next shloka. Arthaidansi samidhognir bhasmasat kuruterjuna jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute tatha. So what is Bhagwan telling Arjun in the next श्लोक? Hey Arjun, जैसे प्रज्वलित अग्नि ईंधनों को सर्वथा भस्म कर देती है, ऐसे ही ज्ञान रूपी अग्नि संपूर्ण कर्मों को सर्वथा भस्म कर देती है. Very, very beautiful. I feel so blessed that Bhagwan has made our life so easy. Because of our confusions, our lack of intelligence, we complicate things for ourselves. Radharamanji has made everything very, very smooth. He wants that Harshit should reach me. Harshit should be able to meet me. I want to meet Harshit. But what we do? Because of our negligence, because of our sins, we try to complicate that smooth path ourselves. What is Bhagwan saying in this shloka? For example, have you ever seen a fire burning? For example, I hope that every one of you has done a yagna in his life, once at least, right? So you must have observed that when we do a yagya, so whenever we are doing a yagya, till the time the fire is burning in the yagya, there is no smoke. Have you realized it? But the moment the fire starts to stop, at that very moment, the smoke starts to come from the havan, right? Have you ever seen this? Till the time fire is burning very brightly, you will never feel any kind of smoke, because when the smoke comes, it makes you teary-eyed and it becomes very complicated and very hard to do the yajna. So you have to quickly light the fire more so that the smoke disappears. So if there is fire, there will be no smoke. And if there is smoke, that means that the fire is stopping. It's getting stopped. So the same way Bhagwan is saying that if the fire is burning bright, then there will never be any kind of smoke. The same way, if you are fully aware, if you are fully cautious, if you are fully knowledgeable about the existence of Paramatma and existence of Atma, if you are fully aware of the relationship between Paramatma and the relationship between Atma, if you are fully aware of how Atma is going to meet Paramatma, what karmas do I have to do, what kind of lifestyle do I have to lead, Bhagwan is saying till the time you do not know, till the time there is no fire, there will be smoke. And tell me one thing, can anybody see things clearly when there is smoke? Everything is hazy. You don't understand. The same happens when you are not knowledgeable, when you are not aware of the eternal truth. At that time, you can't see anything clearly. You're always confused. You're always complicated. You're always unaware of the right path. So that is what Bhagwan is saying. ऐसे ही ज्ञान रूपी अग्नि संपूर्ण कर्मों का सर्वथा उनको भस्म कर देती है. That means that what will bring you back here? Children, understand this very clearly. What will bring you back to this material world? Your karmas. What you sow, so shall you reap. So Bhagwan is saying your karmas are that biggest step that is going to decide whether you are engrossed in the karma bandhan, you are coming back to the world, or you are getting elevated. You are getting moksha. You are going to reach to the lotus feet of Radha Raman. So how to protect yourself from getting complexed in this karma bandhan? By surrendering, by doing every action in your life for Shri Radha Raman. When I am doing everything for Harshit, okay, my reason to do anything is Harshit. My you can say my gestures to perform a particular action is Harshit's happiness. Harshit will be happy, Harshit will be this, Harshit will be that. So whatever I am doing, when it is always in the center of it, Harshit is there. So whatever karmas I am doing, the whole, you can say, the leverage of punyas and papas will be on Harshit. The same way Bhagwan is saying, if you do not want to get complexed in the karma bandhan of life, the first thing you need to learn is to surrender everything that you are doing in your life in my lotus feet. Because when we are doing everything for Radha Ramanji, then it becomes the responsibility of Radha Ramanji. Then whatever we are doing is not mine, it is Radha Ramanji's. And when you are not doing anything, then why will you be complex in karma bandhan? Imagine I have done something wrong, and Radha Ramanji, because I have done something wrong, he will give another birth to Janvi. Is it possible? Never do that. It is never going to happen. This is impossible. So whatever you are doing, whatever the core reason behind what you are doing is the main point. that is going to decide whether you are coming back to this material world or you are getting elevated. So that is what Bhagavan is saying in this shloka. When fire is burning, there is no smoke. You can see everything clearly. You are not complex. You are not confused. The same way, when a particular person has full knowledge about his existence and his goal, eternal goal in life, then he is never complicated by anything in this material world. He doesn't get attracted to the material desires and he doesn't get complexed or confused by the gestures of other people. He is very much aware. He is very much confident that what I have to do, for whom I have to do, and whenever I am doing something, whom do I have to surrender whatever I am doing. Let's quickly go to the next shloka. न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रम् इह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धिः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति. So what is Bhagavan saying in this next shloka? इस मनुष्य लोक में ज्ञान के समान पवित्र करने वाला निस्संदेह दूसरा कोई साधन नहीं. The only intelligent thing that you can do in your life is that you are aware of your actions. You are aware whatever I'm speaking, whatever I'm seeing, whatever I'm listening, whatever I'm eating, whatever I'm behaving, whatever I am doing, and the intention behind doing. Right? All these things are going to complex me into the vicious circle of life and death. So what I need to do, I need to get aware. I need to become intelligent enough to decide that what is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing to do. When Bhagavan is saying this is the only intelligent thing that is going to make you a pious soul. What is that is going to help you in reducing the wrong deed that you do in your life. There are few people who do everything in a snap of time. Like something came to them in the form of a situation, and without being sensitive, without using their brain, they react to that situation. That is the wrong way of doing things in your life. But an intelligent person, no matter whatever the situation comes in his life, whenever something comes, he will be aware. He will hold onto it for some time. He will not react to it. He will understand it. He will realize what is right and what is wrong for me to do, and then he will respond to that particular situation. An aware person never reacts. An aware person always responds. He is patient. He doesn't get triggered. If somebody wants you to get angry, you are always like, please just say and I'm already angry, right? Don't be that. Have some control on your senses. Have some control on yourself. You are trying to trigger me. Hello, I'm a Radha Ramani. I won't get triggered. I'm full of love. I don't have space for all of this. Please try something. You want a hug? You're feeling angry? I can give you a hug. I will not respond to you in the same aggressive manner. I can give you a hug. Do you want that? Try to do that. It works greatly, at least for me. If somebody is getting angry, I just go and hug that person. Like, just relax. I know you're angry. I will not make you more angry by saying things and unnecessarily complicating my own life. I tell you one thing, my own gesture, my own personal realization. When you fight with somebody, I'm very selfish in that. Very selfish. You know why? Because if I fight with somebody, then that somebody holds a space. Even if I love that person, I don't love that person. But if somebody fights with me and I fight back with that person evidently holds a space in my mind, right? And whenever I sit for my bhajan, the moment, this is the nature of humans, that when you sit for bhajan, the first thing you will think about is the most lamest things in your life. Am I hungry? Everybody's sleeping. I don't have to go anywhere. Did I do that? Okay, everything is done now. I think I can concentrate on my mala, right? This is what we do. Oh, I have to go to go for my job in 1 hour. I have to be very quick. Oh, this is what we start doing, right? We are always contemplating. So when we fight, then when we are doing our japa, it is inevitable for you to not think about that person. And when instead of Radha Ramanji, you are thinking about somebody else in your bhajan, that is such a big loss for your own self. So when there is a fight on my way, I skip it. I do that long jump. Shoo. And I'm like, I'm not fighting. Okay, you think I did this wrong? Okay, fine. Because at that particular moment, that person is very angry. That person is not capable to understand that whatever you will be able to say, he will never take that in the right spirit. So avoid it. Why avoid it? Not avoid because you know you're right. You know you're right, be happy about it. You know you are right, your Radha Raman knows that you're right. You always don't have to end up in debates. I really don't appreciate those people a lot who think that if I am right, you have to accept that I'm right. Because you never know, there's always a second part of the story. And sometimes, just because we know one part, we support that, and it's such an aparad, it's such a sin because without knowing the second part of the story, you already have a conclusion in your life. And when by chance you get to know the other side of the story, you feel so sorry about your own self that why did I even think like that? So I'm saying don't complicate your mind. Okay? Just be easy. Save yourself from all the negativities in the life because those negativities are going to only affect you. Your bhajan, your journey, your mindset, your state, your peace, your happiness. It's all about you. And when you are not stable, you are not peaceful, you are not happy, you are not connecting, you are not unattached from the material world, you will never be able to connect to Radha Raman. And for me, and I know for all of you, connecting to Radha Raman is the most important priority of our lives. And no matter what we have to do for that, we are ready to do that. If Maharaji says a very beautiful thing, to protect your peace, if it takes that a donkey has to be called a lion, call him a lion. It's fine. Let him be happy. Why you want to tell him that you are a donkey? Someday down the line, he would know. He would get onto a situation where he'll be shown the mirror that this is what you are. But you don't have to tell somebody that, oh, you are wrong and I'm right. You do your things your way. It's fine. So let's go to the next shloka. Oh, sorry. And then what is Bhagwan saying in this shloka? जिसका योग भली भांति सिद्ध हो गया है उस तत्व ज्ञान को अवश्य ही स्वयं अपने आप में पा लेता है. As I explained, that somebody who has found this eternal connection and peace, that you just be yourself. I am a very happy person, deeply in love with Radha Raman Lal, absolutely making all possible gestures that I am meeting you before dying. Don't have a goal of meeting Radharaman Lal after time, please. Don't. I am not promising you all that you will be able to meet him, or even I will be able to meet him or not. Let's do one thing. Let's chase him for this birth. I want to meet you before I die. After dying, okay, whatever, what will happen, who knows? Who has come back to tell us that what happens after we die? So the entire practice should be that in this body, from these eyes, from this, through this body, I want to see you. I want to experience you. And that is the most beautiful thing. So that is what Bhagwan is saying in this shloka, that eternal knowledge, eternal truth, being aware is the only powerful tool that a human can have to get rid of all the sins and get attached to the eternal power. Let's go to the next shloka. श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्पर संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति. श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत् parah sanyatendriyah jnanam labdva param shantim achirenadhigacchati. Okay, so what is Bhagwan saying in this shloka? जो जितेंद्रिय तथा साधन परायण है, ऐसा श्रद्धावान मनुष्य ज्ञान को प्राप्त होता है और ज्ञान को प्राप्त होकर तत्काल परम शांति को प्राप्त होता है. The time when you will be able to connect to Bhagwan, the Supreme, is when you will be at peace. When your heart will be at peace, when you will not be chasing, when you will not be troubled, when you will be very much at calm. And how can one get that calmness, that peace in your life? Bhagwan is telling very clearly that eternal knowledge. When you know that no matter what anybody does to you, it has got nothing to do with your journey. You will be unaffected by the gestures of the world. What we do, where we go wrong when somebody does something wrong to us, we believe that they are hampering your growth. They are hampering your peace of mind. They are hampering your life. But that is not true. If you are getting motivated by their gestures and you are doing wrong gestures after getting triggered by them, then yes, you are hampering your life. But when you know this eternal truth that your life only gets affected by your reaction, your karmas and your gestures, do you think that you will now be sad or disappointed by the gestures of the world? No. Radha Ramanlal, he is chasing, he is doing wrong, he is going to bear everything what he is doing. Thinking wrong about you, saying wrong about you will not make you wrong. In fact, that will make you super right. You never have to prove somebody that whatever you are telling. You know, I got to know this. Somebody who is speaking the truth, somebody who is pure, somebody who is pious, never has to prove that he is right. I'm telling you. When it comes to proving, that means there is some guilt hidden somewhere that you are deliberately trying to prove this to the other person. If somebody thinks wrong of you, in your heart, you know, I am right. I did this right. And your heart is at peace, right? Only when you believe that what that person is saying is not right, and I will make him accept that you are right, because only if he'll accept, then only the things will be right for me. That is not right. That will make you unpeaceful, that will make you crazy, that will make you confusing, that will make you feel that you are in depression. When you will be wanting other people to say right about you. Why do you want that? Why do you want the world to think right of you? I say good. The world should think that you are mad. They will bother you less. Let them think like that. If somebody thinks that you know you are somebody with whom they don't connect, good. You have to entertain less people in your life, and that is the best thing. That is what you want. You get less complicated. If other people are provoking you and you are getting provoked, please understand that means your knowledge is still not confident. Your bhajan is still not efficient. You need to understand, don't get provoked. If you're getting provoked, you are yourself making your journey crazier. Why you get provoked? Okay, tell me one thing. It's a funny example though. If you're walking on the road, okay, and a dog comes near you and starts barking, will you bark back at him? You are doing bhau bhau, I will do bhau 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 bhau. And then the dog will say bhau bhau bhau, and then you'll be like, see how funny that will become. The whole world will think this person is mad. I think before hitting a pebble on the dog, first hit a pebble on this person and just run away from you. What are you doing? You have a brain. How can you do that, right? Am I making sense to you or not? The dog is provoking you to bark. Will you bark back at him? No, you are intelligent. You have brains. You will not do that. He's just a dog. I'm not saying treat everybody else around you as dogs, please. But I'm saying that don't get provoked by people around you. Why do you want that? If you will get provoked and you will bow, 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 who will look stupid? You all are intelligent enough, right? I don't have to speak more about. I think I gave a very valid example. Don't put this on Insta about this bhavu. I will slap if somebody put this cutting on Insta and tag me that Maya was doing bhavu in the class. Okay, don't do that. So let's understand this very clearly, that in order to connect with Sri Radharaman, you need that peace in your life. And how will you get that peace in your life? Only when you will be eternally knowledgeable, when you will have that eternal knowledge. And how will you have that eternal knowledge? When you will control your senses, when you will take charge of your body, when you will take charge, when you will control your senses, when you will have niyantran on your indriyas. That means when you are having your senses are not controlling you, you are the master of your senses. Only then you will be able to, your mind, your heart would always want you to do the wrong thing, because wrong things are easier, wrong things are more beneficial from the outer side. They look much easier to you. But let me tell you, these days apples come that shine from the outside, but when you cut them, they are really horrible, black in color. A time came when a lot of such lots were coming. It's exactly like that. When you try to do shortcuts, when you try to take shortcuts, when you try to do things in an easier way, then eventually it's quite possible that you're able to reach the greatest heights too in a very short span of time. But let me tell you, the faster you will reach on the top, more faster you're going to drop down. So it is always suggested, take the right path. So that is what Bhagwan is saying, that do what is right. Do what you are supposed to do. Do your duty. Don't please the world. Do whatever best you can do. And you know that you are doing the best. Radharamanji know that you are doing the best. Nothing else matters. Don't try to prove to anybody that whatever I am doing, this is my best. Because you know it. And when you know it, that means you will never be unhappy. You will never be sad. You'll always be contented. No matter whatever you say, I know I'm doing my best. And that matters the most. So let's go to the last shlok of the class. अज्ञश्चा श्रद्धानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मनः. So see, Bhagwan is saying that what kind of person is happy and what kind of person always stays sad in his life. Vivekhin, somebody who has no knowledge, somebody who has no intelligence, somebody who is not capable in order to make the decision of right and wrong in his life. And right and wrong in terms of what is right for my eternal journey. Please understand it. Don't think about short-term happinesses. Please think, this is what I'm doing. Is this going to make Sri Radharaman happy? This is my gesture in everything I do in my life. Is this good for me? Is Radharaman just going to be happy? No, it takes seconds. Rather, and your antahkaran, your internal feeling, immediately in microseconds tells you, no, you shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. But still, sometimes we do it. That means you're doing the wrong deed. And when your antahkaran says, yes, do it, take initiation, do japa, do this, and then you're happy about it, that yes, I'm doing the right thing. And when you are doing the right thing with that right feeling, I'm telling you, you're the strongest person in the world, no matter what the world says. So Bhagwan is saying Vivekhin, that means somebody who has lack of knowledge, and Shraddha Rahit. Shraddha Rahit means somebody who's not completely surrendered in the feet of one. पांच मामाओं का भांजा घर भूखा ही आता है. That means somebody who has 5 relatives and goes to the house of each one of them in the same day, The first one would think that he will eat at the second house. Second one would think pehle wale ghar se khakar hi aaya hoga. Third one would say, oh, he has already been to 2 houses. They must have fed him. So in the end, he got nothing to eat. So it is very important to build your relationship with one. Be fully surrendered in the lotus feet of one, because then you have a master. And then your master it's his responsibility to take care of. Until unless you don't have a master, you will never be taken care of. Everybody would think that, oh, he will take care, or who will take care. But then when you are dedicated in the feet of one, then you are surrendered. So Bhagavan is saying, somebody who has no knowledge and somebody who is not dedicated in the feet of one. That means somebody who doesn't have a Diksha Guru and one Ishta. संशयात्मा मनुष्य का पतन हो जाता है. That person inevitably will be a confused person. A lot of children come to me and say, "Mom, we don't understand. Sometimes when we come to take darshan of Radha Ramanji, we feel that Radha Ramanji is mine. And then we go to take darshan of Radha Vallabhji, and then we feel that, oh, Radha Vallabhji is mine. And then we go to Bihariji, then we get confused, Bihariji is mine." And they say, "Ma, what should we do?" This happens to those people who are not surrendered. It is very important to build this journey on a very authentic basis. If you want to start bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, the first thing that you need to do is Shravanam. When you hear, then only when you, for example, all those who were Radha Ramaniyas here, they know that when they started hearing Maharajji, they believe that, okay, this is that person who is going to guide me to that one. You know, it's two ways. Sometimes you first find your Ishta. It's Radha Ramanji. When you go to Radha Raman temple, you're like, this is whom I was looking for since forever. And then you are in love with Radha Ramanji, and then you find somebody who would do your marriage with Radha Ramanji. In very direct words, let me be frank, right? But sometimes you hear somebody and you feel that somebody is getting you connected to Radha Ramanji. So there are a lot of students who sometimes message me that, "Ma, we were hearing the classes, and before we saw Radha Ramanji, we fell in love with him." Right? And then when you saw that love of yours, then you go mad. Then there is nothing like that. So Bhagavan is saying that when you have that one Ishta, that one Guru, then you never have any kind of confusion in your life. But if you do not have that dedication in one, then you will always be confused. Then wherever you will go, you will feel that, oh, I think I belong here. Oh no, I think I belong there. Oh no, I think I belong there. So the first thing that you need to do is Shravanam. You need to hear. And when you hear, then you will feel that connection. And when you feel that connection, then you would need somebody to develop that relation. And when you will develop the relation, then only devotion will happen. And when the devotion will happen, then the emotion is going to appear in your heart. And when you have the emotion, then Radha Raman, Radha Raman. You eat, you sleep, kayena vacha mansendriyerva buddhyatmanava anusrit svabhavat karoti yadyat sakalam parasme Narayanayeti Radha Ramanayeti Narayanayeti Samarpayeta Radha Ramanayeti Samarpayeta. Not even Narayanayeti. If you just understand the emotion behind it, Radha Raman, now it's you, everything, every breath, every sight, every gesture, every smile, every tear, only for you, only for you, nobody else. Nobody has that capability that he could make me either smile or cry. It's only you. So you have to be very, very, very adamant. I'm telling you. Radha Ramanji, then only Radha Ramanji. Only Radha. Maharaji said, it's so beautiful. I fell in love with this when Radha Ramanji said that if someday Thakurji comes to you and tells you, if please don't take it in another form, there is absolutely no difference between Priya Ramanju, Radha Ramandev Radha Vallabhju, or Banke Bihari Ju. No difference. If somebody thinks that there is a difference, then you're doing a very big aparadh in your life. It's for me, Bihari ji, Radha Vallabh ji, and all other forms of Bhagwan Shri Krishna are different moods of my Radha Raman Lal. Okay, when Radharaman Lal ji is in some mood, then he looks like Radha Vallabh ji. And when he's in some other mood, he looks like Bihari ji. When he's in some other mood, he looks like Radha Damodar ji. When he's in a different mood, he looks like Radha Gopinath ji. So it is very important to know that. But if Thakur ji has to come to me, then Radharaman and Radha. Thakur ji, you cannot come as Radha. You cannot come as Bihari. You have to come as Radha Raman Lal with that gold pag and with that beser and with those charanaravin. I think all of you would agree with me that you can get confused with everything. But the feet of Radha Raman Lal are the most magical sight you have ever had in your life. You know, there are so many times when I go to Radharaman temple that somebody asked me, did you really see that what kind of park Thakurji was wearing? I'm like, I couldn't reach till there. I was just stuck on the feet. And sometimes I'm like, wow. I mean, how could you be so beautiful? Only by looking at the feet. You just can't move your eyes above that. So Bhagwan is saying that ऐसे संशयात्मा मनुष्य के लिए न तो ये लोक में हितकारी है और ना ही परलोक में और न सुख है. That means a person who is not dedicated, he is never happy here, he will never be happy there, and he will never be at peace or will be in a good state in any form. So it is very important for a Vaishnav to understand as soon as possible, you need to get attached to one. Get dedicated fully, completely, no confusion. Then, you have somebody to tell you the way. Then you have that somebody who will tell you the seva. And then you already know that when you would be wanting to meet your eternal beloved, what kind of sight that would be. So you will not be confused. You will not have any kind of confusion in your life. So it is very, very important. So we have done the next 5 shlokas of chapter 4 today. I will request all of you to read all these in the next coming week. Second thing, in this coming week, I'm giving you 1 week off again to learn the 12th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are giving you, did you see today's video? I was so underconfident in posting that, but children made me post. Did you see the video that I sent today of the 9th shloka of the Bhakti Yoga? आपको साइकिल चलानी आती है? आपको डर लगता है? They're like, Ma, see, I'm a teacher. I'm not a blogger. I am absolutely not interested in getting any kind of views or anything. My only motive is to give you all that right guidance, that right path. And then they're like, Ma, no, you have to. And I, being a mother and a teacher to you all, I want that I should elaborate so that if 100 students are sitting in the class, 100 should know clearly that what is being taught in the class. And for that, you need to elaborate. But when you have to cut it short to 1.5 minutes, I hate it. It is the worst thing to do. Then you just have to give something like in 40. And yesterday I literally fought with one child. Like, Ma, you have to finish it in 40 seconds. Like, I am not doing the video. Go. I can't finish the video in 40 seconds just because shorter video. See, bacho, it is very important. If you do not have a concentration span of at least 1.5 minutes, now you're cutting it down to 30-40 seconds. Please, you need to get aware. You need to increase your bhajan and become more patient and get used to hearing kathas which are 3 hours long. Please, don't because these people who cannot, those people who are habitual of doing this, This shows that they are the most impatient people on planet. When you have no patience to see, hear what the other person is saying. If somebody is doing a joker dance, that will attract your sight and you would want to see. But if somebody is telling you something that is actually going to help you somewhere down your life, you are not interested. Don't give us that gyan, please. We are not on Instagram. We want some crazy, stupid dance wherein somebody is putting something on their head and they're looking like a monkey. And then you also, people like us only set these trends. And then we also do those stupid things. Why? To get the attention of the world. Imagine the attention of Radha Raman Lal when you're doing all of that. What he would be thinking? Oh my God, I sent him on this planet to make others aware of Harinam, and this person is dancing on Chikni Chameli, Udke Chaleli, Balla Balla, like this. Why do you do all of that? Why you want to? Radha Raman ji has made you a Vaishnav, and why you are wanting to become a joker? Why? Please stop doing this. I don't understand why people and somebody, it makes me, and you would be, it's so funny that Karan is there in the class and he's the one who's like, Ma, you have to cut this to 40 seconds. I'm like, I will cut your throat. Go away from me. I'm not doing any video in 40 seconds. I have to elaborate. My children should understand the shloka. They should understand the depth of what Bhagavan is telling through that shloka. Please don't take it as a vibe ki, okay, I have to just skip it. Be patient. Listen. How is it affecting you? How this is going to help you? With this, I want to announce that in this, from the next week, in all my 3 classes, we are starting Shri Vishnu Sahasranama. Maharaji has told, when I got married and I came in this family, I asked Maharaji, what are the things you think I should do in my everyday routine? He told me 3 things to do. I'm sharing a very personal thing with you, which ever since he's told me I'm doing by the grace of Radha Ramanji and Kripa of Maharaji. First thing, Narayan Kavach. You know this internal strengthening, why we become so weak, why we become so fragile, why we become so vulnerable towards the world. Narayan Kavach strengthens you from within. The vibration of that Kavach gives you that strength. So one is Narayan Kavach. Second is Vishnu Sahasranama. Why? Because Kali Yuga Keval Naam Adhara. Harere Naam, Harere Naam Eva Kevalam, Nama Kari Bauddha Nija Sarva Shakti. Naam Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Right? Every way. Kali Yuga Keval Naam Adhara. So it is very important to understand. And what is Vishnu Sahasranam? This is the 1,000 names of Sri Radharaman Lal. So it is very important that we should try to do this part every day. So how we will do this? We will be doing 2 shloka in every class. Very easy. We will sing in a particular tone and you will love to do it. The vibration of Vishnu Sahasranama are so pure. It will make you very happy from within when you will sing Vishnu Sahasranam, okay? Because if you do Namavali, by which we do Archan sometimes, so these are like 1,000 names, do 1,008 names of Bhagavan Vishnu. Like Vishwasmai Nama, Vishnave Nama, Vashtakaraya Nama, Bhut Bhava Bhavatravave Nama, Bhut Prade Nama, Bhut Prade Nama, Bhavaya Nama, Bhutatme Nama, Bhut Bhavanaya Nama, Bhutatme Nama, Paramatme Nama, Muktanam, Paramgati Abhyaya Nama, Purushana Sakne Kshetra Akshaya Yogaya Nama Yoga. So these, like this, here are 1,000 names. But when we do it in the form of a stuti, it becomes very easy. It took me 4 years to learn Namavali. And I used to do Archan, and then Maharaji once told me that what you do is Namavali, but the real is the Stotra, from which for Archan these names have been taken out. So it is very important. Bhagavan Pitama Bhishma has spoken this Vishnu Sahasranam, and these are about 100 shlokas that we all have to learn. In every class, we will see, in the first class, we'll do 2 shlokas, but if you feel it's very easy, and so it's very good, then we can do 3 shlokas also. As you say, okay? Okay, Pragya 2 shlokas. Okay. Pragya 2, okay, 2. Be easy, but in this 1 week, we'll be doing the prachar of this as well, so that most of the children can take benefit out of it. Let's quickly jump to the sutra for today. What happened once? Today's sutra is very beautiful. Third thing, I don't know what the third thing is. So the sutra today is very beautiful. So once what happened? There was a person who was working in a chemical company. So that chemical was stored in big, big refrigerators. There are rooms that are made like refrigerators, wherein the temperature is minus 120 degrees. Oh my God, minus 120. A person would freeze to death like in such a temperature. So what happened to that person? He realized that he forgot to put one chemical back in the freezer. So unintentionally, in a hurry, he quickly ran to the refrigerator room. He went inside, and in that hurry, he forgot to take his card, which was the key to open the refrigerator. Now he went inside, but when he was about to come out, he couldn't come out because he forgot the key on the desk. So he was very troubled. That refrigerator was deep inside a lot of rooms, so nobody had the access. All people did not have the access to that room. So he realized, oh my God, I did not get my phone, I did not get the key, and this place is freezing now. I think I'm gonna die. Who will come? And it was actually 5 o'clock in the evening when everybody was going home. Why would somebody even come back to check the refrigerator? And if they will come the next day, when the time will come and everybody will come to the office, at that time, in the next 24 hours, I'll be frozen to death. I'll be like that chemical myself. I will be dead if somebody doesn't save me in the next 1 hour. He realized nobody is going to come back. He shouted a lot. He banged the door a lot, but nobody opened it. And he realized that nobody is going to come for his help. He sat down. Because he yelled so much, he cried so much, he was very tired. And he finally accepted that today is the last day of my life. I am not going to live anymore. He was literally feeling that he's having lack of breath. And he was crying. He started taking name of Radha Ramanlal, and he's like, now I think it's the time I have to go. He was very sure. Suddenly, after half an hour, somebody banged the door very, very strongly. And the moment they banged, he said, hey, please help me, please help me, please help me. And after 5 minutes, somebody came and they opened the door. And to his surprise, the manager of his department was accompanied by the guard of that company. The moment the door was opened, they dragged him out. They made him warm. They made him easy so that he can communicate and talk. And when he was easy to talk, then he questioned them. And I'm very surprised because everybody left for home, manager sir, and I saw that you were the first one to leave the department and I'm going home. How come you came back to the refrigerator? You did not have any work to do. That manager smiled at him and said that I went home, but I was called back by this guard. He said, guard? He looked at the guard. How would the guard, somebody who's there at the door of the office, somebody who's not even coming inside the office, how would that person know that I'm locked in the refrigerator? So he said, I'm very confused. So he asked the guard that, why did you call the manager? He said, sir, I want to tell you one thing very, very sweetly. So he said, yes, please tell me. He said, sir, if you remember that every day when you come to the office, I'm always at the door, and whenever you enter, you always say Ram Ram to me. He says that I am so much used to hearing your Ram Ram that I always wait that when you will come and I will get to speak Ram Ram. When you will say Ram Ram to me, I will say Ram Ram back to you. And he said today also, and also one more thing, sir, every day when you go back also, you say the same thing to me. But today I remember very well when you came in the morning, you said Ram Ram to me. But while going back, I was waiting for that Ram Ram, but nobody said it. You never came out. Everybody went, all the offices got emptied, but you never came out of the office. So I got alarmed that maybe something has happened. Why you haven't come out? So I called the manager, and then when the manager came, so we looked for you, and when we knocked at the door of the refrigerator and you responded, we quickly ran and got the keys and rescued you. That person smiled back at him. He said, I never realized that small gesture of Ram Ram, that small gesture of greeting somebody could save my life. Children, this story tells you a very deep meaning. That, we don't know that small help, that small seva, that small gesture towards somebody is holding what kind of eminent, prominent position in their lives. And that small seva, may that be of maybe just giving a small amount of food to somebody every day, or maybe helping somebody in some of the smallest. I'm not saying do something big, something great, but a small gesture done by you can make somebody so connect to you that somebody could be that connecting pole between you and the eternal. If that person would not have been doing that, he said, that guard told him very clearly that, sir, every day thousands of people pass by me, but nobody greets me. Why? I remember you because you always greet me whenever you go from me. I always remember, and that's why I always wait for you. And when today you did not greet me while coming back, I realized something is not right. So what it shows, that we always need to do the rightful things in our lives. We should never hesitate in speaking positive, good words. People who are helping us, people who are working for us, people who are underprivileged, never underestimate them. Please, children, it's very important. Even in my last class, I told the students yesterday that whatever you can do in the smallest portion, in the smallest way, never hesitate to do that. Why? Because that small gesture of yours might hold a very big position in somebody's heart. So never lose that. It becomes, you're like, the manager was called by the guard and he rescued that person. You never know that small gestures of yours might make some Vaishnav so happy that one day when that, because of the bhajan of that Vaishnav, Radharaman comes to get him, he might think of you and he would say that please take that person with you as well, because he has always been very kind to me. Always think of these very positive and very beautiful thing that will always motivate you. If you will help somebody in giving them food, give them water. Even if you are at a light and you see a beggar begging, never hesitate to give them. Your 50 rupees, your 5 rupees, 10 rupees will not make them druggist. Please. People say, oh, you'll give them some money, they will use it, they'll buy drugs, they'll do this, they'll do that. Why you want to think negative? You can think that giving that money will actually make them buy something for their family as well. Why this can't happen? Why do we have to keep that negative approach? So it is very important. Keep doing those small sevas, keep doing those small gestures, keep spreading smiles, keep trying to make the lives of everybody very cheerful and happy, and that will make you closer to Sri Radharaman. Even if it hurts you to any bit, doesn't matter. If somebody is becoming happy, if you are able to relieve, the biggest seva. Once we were doing parikrama, and I asked Maharaji, what is the biggest seva a Vaishnav can do? I want to do that. That will make Radharamanji the most happy. He said the biggest seva Vaishnav can do is tolerating the anger of other people. Oh my God. He said, why? Because when you tolerate the anger of somebody, may that be somebody in your family or your friend or whenever, whatever, they are already filled with that anger, which is making them uneasy, unpeaceful, making them so uneasy, and making them so sad from within. And when they relieve that anger on you, they are empty, they are relieved. And when you don't throw that anger back on them, then they become relieved, they become peaceful. And the biggest way to make somebody realize their own mistake is by not throwing that anger back on them. Let them contemplate, let them think, and eventually they will understand. And even if they don't understand, doesn't matter, but you have done your safe. So stop doing bobo on others, let them do. You try to become that patient people who are like, Maharaji says, a person who is sahaj is actually a sadhu, somebody who's easy, somebody who doesn't take nonsense from the world, and the world is throwing that nonsense on them. They become that unaffected that it doesn't really hamper their journey. So keep spreading smiles, keep doing seva, keep making life better, and always remember Shri Radha Ramandal. Because in the end, whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever we want to be, it is all for Shri Radha Ramandal. With this note, I will end today's class. Many, many prayers for all of you in the lotus feet of Shri Radha Raman. May he blesses you all with immense bhakti, immense happiness, and you're able to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your lives. Become more patient, increase your bhajan. And last thing, from next Monday, we are starting Vishnu Sahasranama. Please do not miss the class, because I'm announcing it 2-3 weeks prior so that nobody misses. Because once you miss 2 shlokas, it's going to be very hard for you to catch up with the 4 shlokas. So please don't miss the class next Monday, same time, same link. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री राधा रमन लाल की